Hello guys, I'm Ryan Wright, not wearing my beanie today, and
Jeremy Jahns, 1 million subscribers.
No, he did it.
Woo!
He did it.
You made it, man. The most electrifying man in movie review entertainment on YouTube.
Way to go, white people. Proud of you.
Congratulations, man.
So, this is a long ass video.
Oh,
Do you really want to react to that?
well, yeah, we can, and then you can, you can make whatever edits you need to do. That's all.
Why don't we just,
Well, yeah,
it'll take too long.
you, man.
It'll take so
Let's see
long.
what he has to say. We ain't going nowhere.
How did we get here? Like, that's the question right now. I mean, you guys certainly deserve a thank you video. I'm gonna try to keep this between. I don't want to jump cut the shit out of this one. I just want to keep it, you know,
Magnus
Jeremy,
style.
to his fans, and keep it all pure. But 1 million subscribers just happened. For those of you who don't know, I just hit 1 million subscribers. It's a lot of subscribers. It's almost an unfathomable, unquantifiable amount that you can actually quantify. A lot of people have asked me my story and what I did starting YouTube. Some people want to see my filming room. That makes me nervous. I don't know why. It's like showing people just the regular guy behind the great and powerful Oz or something like that, which totally sounds douchey for me to say. But in my head, I don't know how you guys thought that would be a good idea. But I
Yes, you
thank
do.
you for it.
Don't act humble.
Cool shit. It really gave me a path when I didn't have a path. I was a projectionist at a movie theater, frustrated because you see so many people who find the groove in their life. They're like, oh, that's totally what I'm going to do. And there I was, starting movies in a digital theater that didn't need to have me there, but the boss was cool and the company was cool, so they were like, yeah, we'll keep Jeremy as a projectionist. But then I just started YouTube. My friends and I were like, we're going to make short films. It's going to be awesome. And so we made a couple, and it's a grueling process. It really is just hard. It's difficult, and sometimes quite horrendous. And so I wasn't having fun doing it, so we didn't do it anymore because we were just getting stressed out and angry at each other for zero reason whatsoever. But I had this camera, and my friends were like, you should totally do YouTube, man. I was like, I'm not that interesting. I don't know what you guys are smoking, but don't think that I'm that fascinating. So I didn't do it, and then I saw Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Transformers 2.
Set him
And I
off.
had a YouTube channel called Movie Man 191, and I just so didn't like Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. I was like, I think I'm going to talk about that on YouTube. You give me an excuse to use my huge overpriced camera, so why not? I'm in credit card debt because of the camera, so why not? So I set it up, and I actually did a thing where I talked about Star Trek, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Cut it together and put it up. Didn't tell anyone that I did. I just wanted to see what people said. And people were kind. They thought it was good. Thought it was funny. You know, very kind words from the get-go, which is super cool because I know how demoralization can get. I have to assume there are people who started YouTube who got some, fuck you, you don't know, and then they just stopped, which sucks. It's a tragedy.
I got the
Beyond
N-word.
YouTube, you've got to have thick skin,
So
which I
did
don't
I.
always have. You see me get frustrated
something
with people
common
on
here.
Twitter or the comment sections in my videos. It happens, and I totally get it. And if it happens early on, I get that people will probably just stop doing it, which I'm sorry if that's happened to you. But, so I didn't tell anyone about it, and somehow the people at my work found out about it. And they just clicked, like, found my channel, found the review, turned it on while I was there. And I was like, this is either going to inspire me to do more videos, or I'm going to stop as of now. And they were all laughing, and my former boss still professes that's his favorite video I've ever done. So I got lucky in that sense. And just, I mean, it was just really was a cycle of really positive reinforcement. I was having fun doing it. I still am having fun doing it. It's been like 6.5 years. Half a million, 6.5 years. I've seen people do it quicker. I've seen people do it slower. But we got there. But it still is a hobby. Like, I tell people are like, what do you do for a job? I'm like, I don't have a job. I have a hobby that I get money from. But I don't have a job. I'm pretty much unemployed.
I'm gonna start
unemployed
saying that
man-child with figurines all around
Man-child,
me.
yes.
And I talk about
We are men-childs.
and so after that, I just kept doing it. And that first 100 subscribers is the biggest high you'll ever feel on YouTube. It's that first time you see the digits go bam! Extra zero. Holy shit. And that's why 1 million is mind-blowing, because it's very much the same feeling. It's a milestone, because that first 100 you're like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep doing this. And now 1 million, it's not the end. It's not like it ends. It's not like, all right, million piece. No, 1 million's where it continues. 1 million's kind of like the Master Sword in Zelda, where it's like, all right, you got that thing. Now we've only just begun.
Yeah.
And then your adventure starts from there. That's Link to the Past. For people who might not get the reference, they're like, that's not an ocarina. That's the ocarina's the best. And if anyone wants to start YouTube reviews or YouTube whatever, my only advice is have fun, be yourself, and be honest. Because your integrity is everything on here. If you start bullshitting people, they're going to see. They're not dumb.
I smoke marijuana.
It's the sincerity that you'll come with will be why people watch you.
Sincerity.
And one thing also is people seem to think that YouTube is a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not.
No.
So if you're like, oh, I'm totally going to get quick money on YouTube, it doesn't work that way.
Nope.
And if you go into it with that mindset, you're just going to get frustrated. I had no idea that was a thing. And so from personal experience, again, I kind of like took the route. It was ignorance is bliss. I just didn't know that you can make money doing YouTube. So
I did.
I just did it for the shit of it, because it was fun. And it's really cool seeing the feedback. And you're talking to the people, and people are like, oh my god, I can't believe you responded. You're like, what are you talking about? Dude, it is remarkable how people seem to think. Like, I've met fans, and it's almost like they react like they're meeting a celebrity. And to me, I'm like, I don't know why you're reacting that way, but it's awesome, and I appreciate it. It makes me feel very
totally
good.
geek out if I met you, dude.
I am so just me. I was literally watching the Food Network downstairs in my house where we are filming. This is my bedroom, by the way. I can see this shit when I'm going to bed. And if the magic is happening,
pussy.
Dig my surroundings. And so, if you're going to do this, do it as a hobby first. And if you get money,
it's great advice.
Fantastic.
It's great.
But don't
I remember
do
he said that,
YouTube
and
for
that's what helped me out.
money. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Seriously, you guys, like I said, gave me something to. It's going to sound super cheesy. It gave me a legacy. Like, it gave me a legacy worth having. It gave me something worth working towards every week. And that's the thing about it, which makes it great, is that I don't have to really scrape for shit or run out of ideas. It's like every week I get to talk about movies, which is really funny. Because I knew a couple people when I was younger. One person in particular was like, movie critics. I was watching Siskel and Ebert. He was like, movie critics, people who talk about movies for a living, if they think that is anything worth doing, they're sadly mistaken. And now I'm doing this, and he's like, good job, man. Super awesome. We are all proud of you. It's really funny. That shit kind of changes like that when you have different perspective. But I'm going to do something that really makes me nervous because I feel vulnerable. It literally is like seeing me naked is kind of how I feel.
I would love to see you naked.
You guys
No, Jeremy, don't do that.
You guys want to see where I film. So let's see where I film.
You sure Ryan, not me.
We got to be quiet because I think there might be some people editing in there. Or filming, possibly, so...
He has editors?
We're just living quiet.
Interesting.
Alright, hello? Anyone doing that? Oh, there's not, because I don't have an editor, and there's no one else who films here.
Oh, he's just fucking
Hold
around.
on, let me get a hold of this camera.
I was like, I don't think he would.
Alright, this is the room. This is where the magic really happens.
That's my dream, a carpeted bedroom to block out the echo.
So it is. Sorry if these lights are playing hell.
To have a room dedicated to filming.
Yeah, looking at it. A light that lights me as I'm standing there. 2 lights that light the green screen. Green screen's like $40 on Amazon. Some miscellaneous shit over here. I have like a bunch of bulbs because bulbs wear out and you just want to have them all. So I think I literally went there and bought every bulb they had.
He just has a bedroom
Just some
with
old monitor. Laptop
it's
bag,
just like-
Kylo
it's
Ren
just
thing.
what I
Like
want.
some weird props that I've used. I used that for Terminator. There's my tour de force pipe.
Yeah, I remember that.
A gun for when the movies really get bad, and dude, those are my cop.
Like,
Where's your
Remember the speeding
mustache?
ticket I got? That's what I'm talking about.
I like how
But-
that says
Oh, and mic stand.
props.
Oh, and Star Wars curtain cape. You
Yeah,
cannot forget that. Reminds us all what's awesome. But, and the lint roller. Because
Cool microphone.
sometimes you get
Cool mic.
lint on your
Cool
suit.
mic.
And you need to fix that. But here, I'll show you what it takes to make a video. Check it out. Put the mic right here.
Oh, I love it carpeted rooms. This is what I keep looking for.
Here.
That's amazing because like carpeted rooms are like everywhere in New Jersey, and you're like, I don't know, the carpeted rooms around here. Like,
He has the exact setup I want.
Just like that. That's how you make a YouTube video. And I'm doing this to show you guys. Well, first of all, you know what?
Star Wars.
We can't
nothing
not.
but
This is cool. I was just like hanging out with him.
Star Wars, nothing but. Hold on, I want to get it. Star Wars. That took way too long. That's why we do jump cuts, ladies and gentlemen. But no, I wanted to show you guys this because I imagine there's some people out there like, oh, I can't start YouTube. I don't have a budget. Clearly, neither do I. I have no budget whatsoever. I have zero budget. I mean, one can argue I have a budget now. But it's kind of as you go. You know, I already have the camera, but the camera is like $1,000. Tripod, granted, the tripod's pretty expensive, but
I started shooting from the
XL2.
laptop.
I would get at least a less expensive one, $100. The Zoom H4n, the little audio thing that I.
That's what he has. Oh
It's
wow.
like $300. I think the microphone was $300 again.
Yeah, I was looking into that shit.
The light set is $300. Green screen's like $45. But that's
Amazing
it.
how
And
cheap
once you
green
buy it, you
screens
have
are.
it. You can just do whatever. So one-time purchase of all that stuff, and I was able to do YouTube until now. My gear is unchanged except the audio equipment and the camera. The rest of this shit, same stuff I've always used.
Yep.
Same setup I have always used. But I do it to show you that you don't need a lot. You don't need everything. You don't need this huge budget. You don't need backing. You don't need a crew. You just need you. And if you want to do it, just do it. Because apparently that excuse of like, well, I don't have a lot of money is now gone. I've taken that from you, and I'm really sorry about that. But you no longer have that. And even if it's not YouTube, if it's something else, I'm just showing you that if one guy can get 1 million people to watch him, or consistently 300,000 people have 1 million subscribers,
Yeah.
then you
Fucking
can do
percentage.
that thing that you want to do too. You don't need everything. You get it as you go. So just do it. Do that thing, you know? That is the reason I showed you this room. I showed you this room
300,000 people
because,
still alive,
is it
man.
underwhelming? Absolutely, and it should be, because just normal people doing normal things. Well, I don't know if YouTube videos are normal. We hit 1 million, and so I have no intention of stopping, so there will probably be a 2 million video. I'm always like, out the gate, I'm like, my channel remains the same, unchanged, untouched, as if this other thing isn't happening. And some companies have been like, well, I'm like, well, then you can kindly go fuck yourself. So I have to assume they went and had sex with themselves. Andy was like, no, I get it. I'm a content creator first, is what he always said. So, and as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, thank you for clicking right here to see more for so long, so many times, for so often. I love you.
God damn, that's probably my favorite video of his.
That's pretty damn.
That was probably my favorite. It's so cool to get his like perspective and his philosophy, like his mentality on things. And
This is very similar to ours.
yeah, it just goes back, like Tyrone and I have like studied a lot of like personal development, motivational, whatever you want to call them, those kind of speakers and books and such. One thing that really stood out to me, one of the biggest quotes I ever heard was, to be successful, study success. It got me to realize a lot of successful people kind of have the same mentality and attitude towards things. And sure enough, makes sense why he's at 1 million subscribers. Same things I've learned and heard. It's like, I don't know if he did personal development. I don't know if he got there naturally, but damn, it's so reassuring to hear like everything I've worked my mind and heart to is pretty much what he's saying to do. And I agree with so much in here.
That's true. That's true. Do not disagree with anything that the man said.
One of the best pieces of advice that I got when I started doing my channel, because I'll be honest, I didn't watch any YouTube channels. I hadn't even heard of Screen Junkies at the time. But I came across Jeremy Jahns as I was like typing in movie critics, and I got hooked on his videos. I got really hooked on them, and I came across a video when I was considering starting YouTube where he said, make sure that if you do it, that you treat it as a hobby first. Because YouTube, there was a time where it was about the sketches and stuff. It was about all that.
Yeah.
Now it's about like people like who can upload daily and who can upload like at least every other day or some shit. Treating it like a hobby, I do feel is important because that's what keeps you loving it, and that love will translate to the camera, and it keeps you connected to the fans and stuff. It's so important to treat it as a hobby first. It's like, be aware you're making money off of it. Be aware that it's also your own business. But primary should be the love for it.
Right. My philosophy was slightly different. Mine was more like, because I had picked it up as kind of a side route to an acting career, I had totally gone broke, going on all types of auditions, and traveling,
that
and
happens,
contests and shows, and I was at a wit's end. I didn't have any rich parents to cart me around to all my auditions, you know, and I had heard that there were people that had carved a niche for themselves, created a personality on YouTube, and then been discovered that way, or went on to do other things. So for me, because I had already set my mind on being an actor, being an entertainer, when I started YouTube, I was like, all right, let me check this out. Let me try a couple of videos. If people like me, this is going to be my career until there is another career. So mine was a little different, but the same principle is that I treat it as fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A hobby should be fun for you, okay? I didn't want it to be a job. I didn't want it to be something that was painstakingly dull, or, you know, I was just grueling and I had to grind that every day. No, I wanted it to always be fun, and that's exactly what it is. So the spirit of hobby was always with me creating a career on YouTube.
It should be part of the core. I agree, because that's where I was coming from too. I had been doing everything in writing and acting, and then when I came across YouTube, I had never seen YouTube. I saw the business model of YouTube, which was one thing that a lot of successful financial people teach you is residual income.
Yes.
And you get that with it. And then YouTube offers multiple streams of income. You can get product placement and make money off AdSense. The number one thing I thought was, wow, wait a minute. YouTube is global. There's millions of people on it. I'm bound to get a few thousand who like me out of like millions. So if I could just get a few thousand, that might generate me enough attention where I don't have to keep trying to get my fucking foot in the door. Instead, people will come to me. Yeah.
And that's happening for both of us right now.
The biggest studios I've worked for were Warner Brothers and Legendary. Like, directly worked with them. And they're pretty big studios. I'm fucking awesome.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Fucking sexy.
One thing I said in one video, and a lot of people like the way he just talked about the residual income, is one thing I used to look at was stocks and, you know, looking at properties as, you know, residual income. And that's how I look at the videos. Each video is a small investment. You know, people that make residual income make money while they sleep. You know, and that's how it is, you know. Even the biggest stars in the world, you make a movie, but you're getting paid these royalties, you know. You're sleeping and your movie is still making you money and making you a living. And it's something you love. It's a passion that you have, you know what I mean? And that's what he's doing, man.
And I greatly appreciate that he really went out of his way to mention that it's not something that happens overnight.
Exactly.
You know, and it's true. It doesn't. I remember on my old
3 years. Good.
Yeah, on my old Instagram, I posted the first 50 cents I fucking made. 50 cents. It's about as far as I went.
Did I tell you, let me ask you this. The first time you got a check from Google, wasn't it like, oh shit?
It's trippy.
I was like,
this is working.
It's working!
I'm making money finally. I mean, I've spent a lot of money on, because this channel started off with just movie reviews. And there wasn't any reaction reviews or anything. So I was spending not just the equipment, the light, because we had a green screen. I still have it. I just don't really use it. I got the lights, I got the camera, the mic, laptop. I didn't have a laptop. So I threw down a lot of money. And you know what I was doing to make money at that time? I was just talking with Tyrone about this. I was donating plasma. It would be like $35. You could only donate twice a week. $35 the one time, then the second time of the week, $45.
That's some shit you see in a movie.
Yeah, that's where I started.
You know, the guy ends up being like a superhero later, but in the beginning, he's donating plasma, eating donuts and shit.
Yeah, by the time, eventually throughout the process of doing YouTube, my job upgraded. But when I started off with YouTube, like buying equipment and shit, there was a lot of fucking money. There was a lot of blood I had to get, you know? Like, you could still see the track mark, like, right there.
Wow.
And then right here. You see that?
Holy shit, yeah.
It's, like, actually there. Yeah.
But you'd think your plasma went to save someone's life.
True. And they paid me to do it. It's not an overnight thing, and I feel like nothing is an overnight thing unless you win the lottery. But that's why a lot of people don't keep the money when they win the lottery, because success is a growth, it's a journey, and it's a character building process to be able to handle such success. Like, if someone just gave me 350,000 subs, I would be like, I don't know what to do. But when you earn your way there, you know how to handle it.
The organic process of learning and adjusting to what you're doing.
Because what I love about Jeremy Jahns' attitude of what I'm really seeing is he tries to make this feel less like business as much as possible, in the sense that he doesn't ever want to sacrifice his integrity or his the ability to run what he has. Because people have offered him TV shows and he said no, because he wants to be his own boss. Right. You know, sticking by the integrity you have. And I totally agree. I have TV show ideas, but I wouldn't want this specific channel and stuff I feature here to be on a TV, because it's meant for YouTube. And it allows me to be my own boss and have control over it.
In my mindset, as far as what he said about having your own boss and stuff like that, successful people look for multiple streams of income and whatever it is that they do. So I feel like the YouTube channel is always going to be something that I have. I mean, with me being a voiceover artist and, you know, an actor also, model, I'm going to potentially have bosses and whatever it is that I do if I, you know, take other steps. But I can always come back to where I began.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
If I don't like having a boss or working for Hollywood or whatever, I can always come back. It's always going to be a constant anyway. So you guys will always see my success as I climb the ladder. And if things don't work out for me and Hollywood's not for me, I'll always be on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. What Jeremy Jahns was really saying was, it encouraged me to the point where I was like, you know what? So many people are after reaction channels right now. If I got shut down, I feel like I could just start a new channel and grow my way again. Maybe I won't boom and be super fast.
Be irritating.
But I feel like I can still do it, you know?
Your name is big enough to where people, if you were shut down, they're going to be looking for you. Like, you know, oh man, you got shut down. We know he's got another channel. You know, look for him. You know,
yeah, exactly.
I'll find you again. It
does take a lot of the character that he's talking about, of just do what you love, follow your passion. The most cliche, there's one thing I was talking to Tyrone, but there's a podcast we did on Ian Gutowski's channel. You should go check it out, where we go into depth. It's like an hour long, and we go into depth about a lot of these things. Because I have a love for movies that I could just transfer into something else. I've also learned how to edit. I've learned how to do a lot of things that gather me the fortunate success I have. So I just got to apply the same tools, and it's all about the fundamentals, and you master the basics. You can pretty much excel anywhere. With YouTube, it's simple. People look at it at first and they go, I don't know, it's too much information, you know? But if you just take time and you spend a while on it, it becomes a simple format, in the sense that it's easy, yet you have to work hard at it, and you got to be consistent at it. And it fucking rocks, man. I think it's fucking sweet. Oh, you know what I loved about this video? It felt like we were just hanging out. Are you yawning in the middle of me talking?
Sorry.
Are you yawning in the middle of me talking? How rude and disrespectful.
So you said you liked it because we were hanging out with him.
Yeah, it was cool, because he always sort of had like, oh, we're just hanging out with a regular guy who's also a movie critic. But it was cool to just be like, whoa, he's just filming and shit, and we're just inside of his room. And yes, I so agree that it doesn't need to be as complicated as people make it out to be.
That's true.
I've helped a lot of people, almost every honorary reject on this channel. I've helped so many of them start up their channels and get it going and at least get past 1,000 subs, because I wanted to show them it's really not as difficult as you might feel like it's going to be. It's kind of like that with anything, honestly. You can get good at anything if you really understand the fundamentals.
That's true.
You get to a point in your life where you're like, if I focus on something, I'll probably be able to figure it out, you know?
Just like, you know, whenever you start a new job, You know, in the beginning,
Yeah.
it's a little rough, but you get to know everything, and then it's like, okay, you know,
Yeah,
I don't like the back of your hand, you know.
I'm saying that because of the fact that I know on Tyrone's channel, on my channel, we get a lot of comments of people being like, I want to start my own channel, or I'm starting my own channel. Can I get some advice and stuff? It's the best advice we could give you.
Yeah, it's really simple. It's much more simple than, you know, and I always say, just be yourself and have fun. Be yourself and have fun, because people want to buy you. The biggest complaint or thing that sets people back that I hear a lot is, yeah, but there's already, like, say they want to be a movie critic. They'll say, yeah, but there's already a ton of them out there, so.
Embrace what makes you unique,
Exactly.
and it'll show.
People always like something different.
Yeah.
Even though you do something somebody else does, okay? I mean, they are buying your difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep that in mind. There's a ton of burger joints out there, isn't there? Okay, and a ton of them are all successful, but they all offer something different that makes them unique. And that's what you got to do.
Yeah, I don't walk into McDonald's and go, this is just like Burger King.
Right. You know what I mean?
We're saying some stuff that might sound cliche. Hate to break it to you guys, but all the cliche lines come from those who are successful.
Yeah, finding out that all these cliche lines are like true. The more you climb the ladder and learn and meet people, you're like, yo, like when stars say, I'm just like you. You know, a lot of times you want to sit there and be like, yeah,
whatever.
Right, yeah,
right. I'm below you.
But I get letters from people and they, you know, they put me on a pedestal sometimes, and I'm just like, yo, you don't understand. I am just like you. Like me and Tom Holland fanboyed out for each other. You understand that? We're regular people.
Yep.
It's okay, bro.
You didn't even look at me, Tyrone.
You'll have your Tom Holland.
I was the one who was excited to see him, and he didn't look at me.
It'll come.
Fucking Spidey. Whatever, you'll just be number 3 or 4.
That showed that he is just like me. You know what I mean? Like, they really are. They eat, they sleep, they put their pants on one leg at a time, unless they're a little different.
Tom Holland only talked to you because he knew who you were. He didn't even look at me because he thought I was a normal Joe who was just like, oh, this is the friend to the famous guy. Like I'm part of Tyrone's entourage or something. Yeah, that's what he thought. So I disagree with Tom Holland not thinking he's superior. Because you clearly do, Tom Holland. You're 16 and it hurts my feelings that you're like a decade younger than me and that you wouldn't even look at me. Respect your elders.
Tom, give him a shout out one year.
Please, Tom. I just want your approval. I just want your approval.
He's great. He's great. See, Tom Holland's just like anybody else, you know. Sometimes he ignores people by accident or whatever.
Yeah. I guess one piece of advice I would also give is when he's talking about equipment and stuff, if you can't afford that, start from where you're at. Yep. When I started doing reaction stuff, I started just from my laptop. Yeah. I didn't shoot with a camera or lights. It was just from my laptop. And now, fortunately, I've been able to upgrade to a camera and microphone and lights and shit. So,
and most of us have stumbled upon a channel where we saw a title and the video quality just from the thumbnail looked shitty. But then when you start watching it, you were like, oh, this guy's good, or this girl, yeah. And then you continue to watch them for the quality they bring.
If you're doing the kind of thing where like it's Tyrone and I or Jeremy Jahns where you're representing yourself and your thoughts and opinions and all that, what people are going to care most about is you. Not necessarily the quality of the video, but who you are. And can they buy into you and buy into what you're also saying? Because when I first started this channel, I was so concerned. Like if you watch the earlier videos, I was like analytical and I was technical. I was trying to make sure I came across like I could fit in the movie community. Then I got to a point where I'm like, I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just gonna be me. Yeah.
Now he's like the Louis C.K. of movie reviewers.
And people say I'm like Deadpool.
Yes,
Deadpool.
you are. You are the Deadpool. Definitely.
I am the Deadpool.
Definitely the fucking Deadpool.
He's gonna be on. He's on Screen Junkies. He collaborates with them, and I'm gonna be on Screen Junkies on the 25th of February. Movie fights. So tune in for that, people. Well, yeah, Jeremy Jahns, congratulations on 1 million subscribers. You absolutely deserve it. Hands down, whenever I list my favorite YouTubers, I always say you're number 1. So if you're ever in California, I would love to collaborate with you. You're one of my heroes, man. And
I heard he was in California.
I heard he was in California for like 2 weeks.
And, it wasn't for him.
It wasn't for me. He didn't hit me up.
Preposterous over here.
I'm
leaving.
Wonder if you're just like Tom Holland.
Jahns.
Jeremy Jahns and Tom Holland get along. Ignoring me. Not cool, man. Listen, guys, if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe today. And I can't remember who said this, but someone said I should call the fans this, and I'm changing it to Royal Rejects. That is clever. No? You don't like it? Real Rejects? Royal Rejects? It kind of works.
I don't get it.
Because we're the Real Rejects. So that I would call the fans the Rejects.
Mm-hmm.
So, Royal Rejects.
Why would, what's the royal?
Because they're loyal.
Oh, Lord. Keep them as
Or is it Loyal Rejects? Let's keep it at Rejects. Sorry.
Yes.
Tyrone Magnus has a channel. Check out the Tyrone Magnus channel. I wanted to give a shout out to the Schmoes Know to promote ourselves. We're going to be going on Schmoes Know, doing a podcast with them. Keep a lookout for that.
Yes. We are.
And
Two good, great
I've
guys.
said for the longest time, who do you have to blow to go on Schmoes Know?
And,
Mark Ellis. It's Mark Ellis.
Ryan will do the blowing, and I'll just go on the show.
Blue Mark Ellis. Christian Harloff watched and laughed and pointed. It's kind of like that scene in The Hateful Eight when Sam Jack. Okay, never mind.
And I wasn't in the room.
Okay, Tyrone.
First time finding out.
Okay,
Yeah.
he wasn't in the room now. Okay.
Nope.